Namaste everyone, my name is Avinash and Singh. Welcome back to another powerful video. We're going to learn about 9 mistakes people do, and you may be doing one of them, which is holding you back in your life, in your success. So this video is going to be very important. Please make sure you watch till the end, all the 9 points, which are going to help you really fast track your success. Before we start, if you have not subscribed, I'll urge you to subscribe to our channel. Every week we bring 1 or 2 videos on these areas of manifestation, subconscious mind, peak performance, personal development, which can help you really achieve great results in life. And also, if you like the video, do share with people around in your network. It will help us to be more motivated and also help us to grow in spreading this knowledge to a lot of people. Let's start. What's the first mistake, the biggest mistake you do in the journey of your life? And most people have no idea about it. The first mistake. The mistake is not spending time on your personal development. A lot of people hardly spend any time in their personal development. Now listen, if you do not spend time on your personal development, you will never be able to come in terms with your full potential. Now, full potential, we do not know how much potential we have, right? But one understanding of potential is the more you stretch the limits, the more the limits get stretched. The more you tap your potential, the more potential you can tap for yourself. And most people think that by default, they are the best version of themselves, which is not the case, right? What you are right now, at this point of time, in terms of your abilities, your capabilities, your skill, your knowledge, your behavior, your attitude, is just a function of what you have done in the past, what kind of things you have learned, knowledge you have acquired, work you have done on yourself, which has brought you what you are here right now. Who you become tomorrow, what you become tomorrow is a function of what you do today, tomorrow, and day after. Because the work right now will help you upgrade yourself and really give you the ability required to help you achieve the bigger goals of life. So most people would never have a plan for personal development, and that's the mistake you carry out. So ensure that you have a plan for personal development, which can simply include, for example, every month reading few books in this area. Every month or maybe every day consuming content from social media, like this YouTube video or any other podcast, which can help you with information, understanding, and things to upgrade yourself. It can also be systematically learning about what are your weak points and how do you create a plan to overcome those weaknesses and develop their strength, which might be undergoing a training, which might be upgrading your communication skill, which might be having a mentor or coach to guide you on overcoming certain weaknesses and developing certain strength. But without the personal development plan, without the focus on it, it's very difficult for people to be ready when success or an opportunity knocks your door, which is going to happen for all of us. Now, if you're not ready, the opportunity knocks the door and you miss opening the door, right? So the first mistake we do is not focusing on personal development, number 1. The second point, not being super careful about the company you keep for yourself. You see, you become the average of 5-6 people you stay with. If you stay with people who are not very positive, who are not very ambitious, who are not very growth oriented, listen, it's difficult for you to really be on that path, right? Hence, it becomes super important to have the right company around you. Most people, that's the mistake they carry out. They do not audit the company they have, the people they stay with, the friends they carry with them. Because all of that impacts your subconscious mind without your awareness. Listen, you want to become fat? Do nothing. Stay with people who are fat, who are obese, and they have no concern about their personal health. You want to become lazy and procrastinator? Stay with people who are lazy and who procrastinate. You want to be fearful and doubtful? Stay with people who are fearful and doubtful. But if you want to become ambitious, stay with those kind of people. If you want to become growth-oriented, successful, stay with people who are growth-oriented, who are successful. You see, the kind of company you stay in or the people you stay with unconsciously, consciously will impact your subconscious, your behavior, your thought process, your emotional state, and your performance, your action as well. Hence, the second biggest mistake we do is we never consciously choose the company we keep for ourselves. If you are the best guy in the room, you are in the wrong room, because then there's nothing to learn from other people, right? So always seek company of people who are higher than you, and do not let that create inferiority complex. You go with a mindset, I'm going to learn, extract the most amount of wisdom, understanding, knowledge from these people, which can help me really be on the path of growth and success. So second biggest mistake, not becoming aware of the company you keep for yourself. The third mistake people do is they do not focus on their health. For most people, health is the last priority. No concern about health. You do not have a plan to track your improvements of your health, your diet, your exercise. So health is kind of getting the last priority. But listen, in life, if your health is not proper, everything gets affected. You see, a healthy person has many wishes. A sick person has only one. If you are not concerned about your health, if you're not focusing on the health, guess what? In the long term, you will create situations which will not be very joyful and happy. Because all that you do in life, all that you achieve is a function of good health. Now we know physical health determines your mental health as well. If physically you are not healthy, if emotionally you are not healthy, if mentally you are not healthy, for you to think clearly, have enough stamina, energy, and raw power to really take big goals and work for it and make those achievements is very, very difficult. Health should be one of the top 3 values for everybody, because health is the foundation on which you can bring great success in life. So it requires for us to really sit back and spend time daily to think about our diet, to think about our exercise routine, to think about our mental hygiene, your emotional hygiene. How are you making sure these factors are well taken care of? Health is a very important factor if you're talking about living a great, happy, fulfilled, and joyful life. Otherwise, you make achievements, you reach to the age 40, 50, and guess what? You are not healthy enough to enjoy the experience and the joy and the success you achieve for yourself. What a great failure, right? So with time, why not also incorporate proper health, ensuring that I spend proper time, effort, and money and attention on also improving my health as well. The fourth mistake we carry out, which is to let the mind become a garbage bin. For most people, they would put so much effort and time to keep the room they are in clean, to keep the house clean. They'll put the windows closed, they will close the door, and they'll ensure every day they're cleaning the house, they're vacuuming the house. Why? They don't want dust to come in. Absolutely beautiful. But what about your mind? A lot of people will keep the mind completely open, and they will allow anybody and everybody to come in and dump their garbage into the mind. What a great failure. What a great problem. Because whatever you let them go inside the mind is eventually will be processed, will affect your thinking, will affect your behavior, will affect your emotional state, will affect the quality of life you're going to live for yourself, right? So you have to then understand that your mind is a very important place, and this needs to be shielded. This needs to be protected from any kind of garbage being thrown at you. Now, from where the garbage comes in? Number one, classic example, social media. Are you aware of what are you watching for yourself? Because a lot of time we watch videos, we consume content which are filled with negativity, which are filled with hate, which are triggering inside you fear and pain. And that's not a very healthy content to put inside the mind. Second, we stay with people who are consistently cultivating negativity or fear or habits and behaviors which are not good ones. Now that also creates enough patterns in your mind which can hold you back. Number three, you watch things like news channels, you watch movies, which are also nothing but a source of negativity penetrating your mind, right? So till the point you're not aware what is going inside your mind, what you are allowing to go inside the mind, how would you control what comes out of your mind? Because what comes out of your mind is the quality of life, is the quality of your actions, is the quality of your thoughts, and is what eventually life becomes, right? So understand the mind is like a garden, and the things you sow in the garden is what you get for yourself, right? So do not course, the life you're living right now, you have to look back what I've allowed to go inside my mind. Until the point you do not audit this, you do not create filter here, you will be in a victim state. You cannot be a creator in your life. The point number 5 is, the mistake we do is not setting long-term goals. You see, a lot of people, they have no clear-cut outcome, a long-term goal for themselves. Now, if there's no long-term goal, your brain literally has no idea which route to take, which direction to go. A lot of people will set short-term goals. The short-term goals are easy, but it also brings pressure for you. And if you miss achieving the short-term goals, guess what? You simply become negative and you stop setting goals for yourself. That's why a lot of people, they do not set goals. Now, a long-term goal is very important. A long-term goal is much easier to achieve compared to a short-term goal. A goal for 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, if you can be clear about, you have greater chances, higher probability, you have more time, you can take more aligned action towards the goal. So you have to be clear, what is the long-term goal in terms of your finances? How much money you want to earn for yourself? What kind of life you will live for yourself? You may not be clear about your career, that's all right, but imagine the house you want to be in. Imagine the kind of life you want to live. Imagine the kind of money you want to earn. The places you want to travel. The impact you want to have on the world, right? On those areas, you can still be clear. And when you are being clear on those areas, in between, as you go through, you'll also become clear. The clarity will come to you on exactly what you should do to achieve those goals for yourself, right? So not setting a long-term goal is a mistake people do. And they never give the outcome to the brain for it to figure out exactly what you should do to reach that goal, right? So a key to success, and if you look at all the people who are very successful, these are people who set long-term goals. They think in terms of 10 years. They think in terms of 5 years, not just 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, a few weeks, right? So go back, reflect for yourself and ask yourself, what are my long-term goals? I want to choose for myself. I want to create for myself. And this can literally shape the entire career, entire life for you. It's extremely powerful. The 6th mistake people do is they do not choose an area to master. You see, you cannot become master of everything in your life. Not possible, right? You have to eventually come and zero in and narrow your focus that what are those 1 or 2 areas you want to become a master of. Because if you're not mastering 1 or 2 areas of your life, listen, there are enough journalists outside in the world, right? And having general skills would really not put you on a fast track road to success, right? So as you go through life, you have to constantly ask yourself, what I'm passionate about, or what I'm naturally good at. Where is my heart? What do I love to carry out, right? If I'm not choosing those areas and not consistently putting effort every single day, you may be working right now, but you can still take out 30 minutes or 1 hour on a daily basis to develop a mastery on something, because the world is led by people who are master in certain areas, not by people who are journalists in everything, right? So no matter what your work is right now, where you're working right, it doesn't matter. Why not choose something which you can spend every day 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 1.5 hours on a weekend to develop your mastery in. And if you can do that part in a matter of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, we can develop a great amount of command and mastery, which can end up paying you a lot of results, a lot of money, and a lot of success as well. Because we as a community, we as a world, we are moving towards mastery. They're moving towards people who are master in certain areas, right? So think about yourself. What area you want to master in? Zero in 2, 3 areas, and then see your love, see your passion, see your resonance, see your commitment, which is where it belongs to. And the moment you ask those questions, eventually clarity comes, right? So not choosing area to master is a great mistake you carry out. And hence, you need to eventually finalize and start working on 1 or 2 areas you want to master for yourself. The 7th mistake we carry out, we train ourselves, we train our mind, we train our brain for instant gratification. We want to have pleasure instantly. And it's not our fault as well. The way the world has been designed now, the best of the minds in the world, they're designing the social media apps, they're designing the system, the comfort, where we tend to have instant gratification. But listen, that's not how life works. In life, sometimes you need to put a lot of effort, focused, unrewarded effort for a long period of time before you see the results for yourself, right? But if you've trained yourself to have the pleasure instantly, to have the gratification instantly, and that's what your mind is seeking for, guess what? Whatever you'll do will be a short-lived. You'll start something, do not see the results, you'll stop doing it, right? But results will come after some time. Results will come when you become better in your craft, when you become better at your art. And you do not give yourself enough time to become better at it because you're looking for instant gratification, right? So then what you should do, you start developing what we call as delayed gratification, right? Consciously train yourself to delay the gratification. For example, a simple practice would be, if you love using social media, you see, in the morning you start the work, you say, till evening, I'm going to finish this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, right? And only after that, I'm going to give myself the gratification of using a social media. I'll go through Instagram, I'll go through Facebook, I'll go through a YouTube video. So you can use that kind of mechanism to train yourself to delay the gratification. And if you can do that part, it's a very important skill in mastering your subconscious mind. In our advanced workshops, we talk about how this factor can help you develop a significant mastery over your reptilian brain, the most primitive part of your brain, which drives your core actions, your beliefs, and your behavior. So if you can master this area from instant to delayed gratification, you can put yourself on the track to achieve great success, right? The 8th mistake we do is not valuing time. You see, most of us live as if we have infinite time in our life. And because we get stuck in the daily pressures of life, we do not really put our thinking to understand how fragile life is. For example, can you give me a surety, 100% guarantee, tomorrow you're going to get up in the morning to see the morning sun? You see, there's no guarantee as such. None of us know when is our last day, when is our expiry date, right? So understand that if we are not taking time to really reflect on how little time we have in our life and how much we be careful in spending time in things which are important for us, things which are meaningful, things we want to use for ourselves to achieve great results and really expand our potential limitations and to really, make every second accounted for. If we do not do that part, time is fly like anything, right? And we'll realize, oh my God, years have gone by and we have not achieved the results we wanted for ourselves. And that brings regret, right? So it's very important that we start measuring how are you spending your day? How are you spending your hours, your minutes, your seconds? And ensure that the way you calculate while investing money and you be so careful, why not also be so careful in spending time? Because a time well spent will bring a gift to you, and the gift is fulfillment, success, and reward for yourself. Because when you value time, a time also starts giving you more value. You end up meeting right people at right places. You end up being at the right time for the right opportunity. And these are not just random events. These are something which life rewards us back when we have understood the value of time, right? So that's the 8th mistake you carry out. I hope you work on this mistake. And the 9th one is the mistake of not working on your limiting beliefs. All these 8 points which will not make sense to you if you do not work on changing your limiting beliefs. You see, we see the world not with our eyes. We see the world the way the brain functions. Our brain makes us see certain reality, a certain situation. It makes us think in a certain way. And all of that also is dependent on the beliefs you carry for yourself, right? So in life, these beliefs, we form these beliefs in the early of our life, in our childhood, right? In the first 7, 8, 9 years of life. And if you could not go back and ask yourself, what beliefs I have formed for me in the earlier childhood, which I'm still holding true, the conclusions I made in my early childhood, which I'm still holding true, till the point you do not uncover those beliefs and really work on them to change it, guess what? You will never open the doors of life which can help you achieve great success, right? For example, a belief can be life is difficult. And maybe you have put this belief, you have picked up this belief from your parents, for your family members. And for them, this was possibly true. There's still a time when life was really difficult. But for you, it's not the same right now. You're using the phone to watch this video. Imagine what a privilege to have a phone, which was not with people 30, 40 years back, right? So today, life has become easy. But if you do not change that belief in the subconscious, guess what? You'll always operate from that belief, which will then influence your thought, emotion, and action, and eventually results as well, right? So not breaking the limiting belief is a great mistake we carry out. So with that, these are 9 mistakes we carry out. This comes from my life experience. And I believe if you can really, with time, reflect on these experiences, these mistakes, and maybe, pick up one every week to work on. And in 9 weeks, you can literally develop the habit of shifting all these mistakes and develop the right behavior. It can help you achieve tremendous success in your life. I hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. If you do, please put a comment in the chat box. It will help us to get a feedback and also understand what else you want us to cover in videos as well. And also, if you feel it's valuable and somebody would be helped with this, why not take the link and share with people and friends in your circle who will also be inspired. With that, we will come back next time with another video. Until then, be iconic and God bless.